All right, guys, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. In this video, we're going to talk about a specific city in the Inland Empire. I'm going to start doing more on stuff like this. It's going to be Riverside. There's Riverside City and Riverside County. Today, we're talking about Riverside City. In this video, we're going to go over 7 things to know before moving to the city of Riverside. And you're definitely going to want to stick around for the last couple because they're really important. You're not going to want to miss those. But before we dive in, if you're thinking about moving out this way to the Inland Empire, Riverside City, or any other of the surrounding areas, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm a local real estate agent. So please don't hesitate to contact me. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. All my info is right below. And this channel is about everything IE, Inland Empire, living, working, playing, eating. I try and cover it all. So make sure you subscribe. I update every week. And we are starting to get people calling, sending us message about relocating here, and I am absolutely honored by it. Thank you so much for that. So if you are thinking about moving here or wondering what it looks like or have any questions in general, please don't hesitate to reach out. I would love to help you out with that. All right, so let's just jump into the content of the 007 things you should know about moving to Riverside before you actually move here. Number 1, Riverside has a very wide array of neighborhoods and housing styles. After all, the city is about 150 years old. It was founded in 1870, so it's about 150 years of growth, development, changes over a very large area, as the city is about 81 square miles. So with those two factors, 150-year-old city, about 81 square miles, eventually you're going to have every housing style you can imagine, from mid-century modern to townhome to craftsman to executive style to really just straight up mansion. And I've personally even seen a log cabin and even wrote an offer for it on my client in the Woodcrest area, which definitely is not the mountains. So with all that said, you have very different neighborhoods to choose from, so there's no lack of diversity. If you like the older charm of more like tree-lined streets, you got the wood streets. If you're looking for more of like a downtown feel with kind of a walkability and, you know, local shops and areas just to kind of cruise around to, you got the downtown area. If you're looking for kind of more of like an upscale kind of custom home feel, there's a Haywardton area where there's legit mansions. I think there's even a castle in there I saw one time. If you're looking for like bigger lot size with acreage, with a bigger square foot of like a bigger footprint for your house, there's the Woodcrest area. And then you've got like the Orange Crest area and the Mission Grove area, which is a lot more like tract home style, family friendly, good schools, lots of kind of sports complexes in there. Those are, and I noticed those are also kind of the hottest areas for growing and young families. And topic number 2, we're going to have education. Like any city, Riverside's K through 12 schools are going to be subject to a lot of factors. So there's going to be a ton of variation, just kind of based on, you know, neighborhood, age, etc. So school rankings and school experience can vary quite a bit. But the city does have quite a few of Riverside counties. Riverside City has a few of Riverside County's top elementary schools, middle schools, and high schools. When folks are moving to the area, there are a few areas where they're targeting, mainly for the school districts, or a few of the different high schools just because of the programs they offer and some of the curriculum are highly desirable and outperform a lot of the areas in the IE. On top of the local K through 12 schools, there's also quite a few different colleges. You've got Riverside Community College, which is the local JC. It has a localized campus, but you also have a campus in Moreno Valley and another campus in nearby Norco to offer more programs for that continuing education. On top of the JC, you also have 3 different accredited colleges. You got University of California at Riverside, La Sierra University, which is a private college, and then Cal Baptist University. And if that's not enough colleges for one city, you kind of want to get out a little bit to kind of branch out. You also got Cal State San Bernardino, which isn't too far away, University of California, Irvine, CSU Fullerton. So plenty of other options for, you know, when your kids finish school, or if you're looking to further your own education, or if you're just looking at areas to kind of send your kids and set them up with living out this way by themselves. Okay, number 3, we're going to say food spots. Riverside being older and a decent size, it's going to have a lot of really good dining options. In the downtown area, you're going to have kind of like a speakeasy style place called Prohibition. You're also going to have like a nice little lunch spot called Simple Simon Sandwiches. And if you're looking for something completely different, Salted Pig is freaking phenomenal. And then there's a ton other restaurants kind of sprinkled in that same area. And then also in that same area, there's a big place called Food Lab, which is basically just a big food court that kind of has people experimenting with different types of foods. You can get anything you can possibly imagine there, and then some. They also got like a pretty cool beer garden there too, and some little activities for the kids. Close to La Sierra, you got Ancho's. Over in Mission Grove, you got Grapao, Romano's, a couple sushi spots. Woodcrest has a pretty cool place called Flat Top. And those are just to kind of name a few places that I've liked and I've been to, but tons of food all over the place. Probably should have done this piece last because now I'm hungry. Number 4, Riverside's quite a bit more affordable than certain places in the IE, but certainly more than like the neighboring counties and areas of neighboring counties and cities of Riverside County. The average home right now in Riverside is about $620,000. For comparison, in Orange County, that same home would go for about $928,500. And in LA, that same house would be about $865,000. And then if you go down to San Diego, which is to the south of us just a little bit, you're looking at about $820,000 compared to $620,000 in Riverside City. And then the average rent in the actual city of Riverside for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house goes for about $3,100. I didn't pull the full county information for the other areas just because the data was way too much. But in Los Angeles City, that same house goes for about $5,900 a month. And Anaheim, which is in Orange County, that same house goes for about $3,650 a month. So essentially you get more house, more yard for less and less traffic, which is always better. All right, and number 5, this is a completely local thing, but the oranges and the citrus. Riverside is considered the birthplace of California's citrus industry. We experience favorable weather year-round with plenty of sunshine. Soil's not terrible, so it makes for the ideal citrus climate. Driving around Riverside, you'll see kind of orange groves kind of tucked in, lining the street. You'll see a few big orange groves actually in Riverside, which means you'll have access to great local produce year-round. All right, number 6. All right, number 6. Riverside's really not the most walkable city. The car is something you're definitely going to want here. Now, we're nestled between 3 major freeways, highways, in the 215, the 60, and the 91. Also, the city has a very large footprint at, like we said earlier, about 81 square miles. Another thing, too, is a lot of folks commute here to like Orange County, LA for work, so it is kind of considered like a commuter city. Now, that is kind of one area is kind of an exception to all that, and in the downtown area, they've got a lot of kind of like lofts, apartments, townhomes that have everything pretty walkable as far as restaurants, grocery stores, shopping, entertainment, etc. And number 7, Riverside, considering most of the IE, but Riverside is one city with a lot of its own entertainment options. Now, there's a very local hiking spot in Mount Rubidoux, but if you're into like kind of hiking, you can leave the city for a lot of other really kind of fun hikes. And for all the bicycle enthusiasts, you've got the Santa Ana River Trail. The Santa Ana River Trail spans over 100 miles. It starts in San Bernardino County and ends in Orange County. And that is a trail just dedicated simply for road bicyclists. So you don't have to deal with cars, traffic, etc. Kind of go out there, go as far as you want, come back. And also, as mentioned before, you have a ton of different dining options. You've also got the downtown area with a lot of bars, a few clubs, and restaurants. You've also got the Mission Inn, which is a really good time. There's always something going on over there. Mission Inn being a pretty big hotel in the area. They got a day spa there. They got a few different restaurants, and then just kind of nestled in that downtown area where there's a lot of art exhibits around there. There's also a lot of museums in the area. And then Mission Inn, during the holiday season, they're really well known for their Festival of Lights, where they kind of dress up the whole building with Christmas lights, Christmas ornaments. It's actually pretty magical feeling. Also in that area, there's a lot of secondhand shops, consignment shops with a lot of cool vintage, artsy type stuff in that area. Also, we've got a theme park called Castle Park that has roller coasters, a really big arcade, mini golf, and carnival style games. And then if you're into golf, the city actually has 7 of its own golf courses. 2 of them you can actually join and be a member at. And then to piggyback on the golf, in the area, Inland Empire, going down to Temecula, Riverside, Moreno Valley, going more out to like Eastvale, Jurupa Valley, there's quite a few other golf courses. And then you've also got the Galleria Mall for more shopping, which saves my butt during Christmas. And then you got the Fox Performing Arts Theater, which has everything from like concerts. They've had some pretty big names there, and there's a lot of like cover bands there. They also have a lot of plays, ballets, etc. My daughters have even danced there competitively for one of their competitions, which was really cool because it's a really nice, pretty venue. Now, you've also got a ton of parks, sports parks, gyms. There's even a rock climbing gym, a couple breweries, and one of my favorite things to do in the city, ice town, ice rink, play hockey. Now, if you enjoyed this video or you feel like you got something out of it, please feel free to share it with a friend or family member that also may be looking out this way or may be interested in kind of learning more about what the Inland Empire and Riverside have to offer. Don't forget to subscribe as I post new videos weekly. And if you have any questions that maybe I can help you with directly, do not hesitate to reach out. I'm here to serve and support you on the highest possible level, and I'll see you guys on the next one.